Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Realistic Subspace Hockey League. And we have a great game for you tonight. Short-handed, looking to move above 500 and get a 4-3 record, taking on the Red Dragons, who have lost 5 straight games ever since they won their opener. I'm the Red Raven alongside Thrill and Thrill. Although these are two teams that are near the bottom of the standings with 8 teams making the playoffs, these are the games that I think either team expects to win if they expect to make the playoffs.
Yeah, and I think this is especially important for shorthanded because, well, both teams need a win. Of course, if you only have one win, you need to start picking up wins. But shorthanded is a good mid-tier team, I would say, so far in their results this season, and they want to stay at that 500, around that mark, and they have a couple of tough games coming up next week. So since they're 3-3 right now, in case they lose next week, they want to get the 4th win now so that they'll be at around 4-4, just in case they lose next week, as opposed to where if they end up dropping one of the tough games, then they go below .500 if they don't pick up this win.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to say the least tonight, with shorthanded expected to, I would say, win this game and win it wholeheartedly, but Red Dragons is not going to just give up. You look at who they're fielding tonight. They've got Art of War, Dark Messenger, Judge 69, Core Mudvayne, and watch out for the Pie. And Mudvayne is the goaltender. That's not something we've really seen too much of this year. On the other side, for shorthanded, Botmem, 2, Flu, Meritrix, Pooter 89, Sting, and Crystalline in goaltender. So this, for the first time all season, if I ask you this question, do you think that shorthanded has the advantage with Crystalline in net?
Well, I think that shorthanded probably still has the advantage overall. I mean, I think their lineup is a lot stronger, and more importantly than that, I think they have their stuff together more as a team. They cooperate more as a team. They play team defense and stuff like that, whereas Red Dragon just seems to kind of fly around and try to counterattack and hope the stuff goes their way. So, just based on the on-ice play, I think that they'll do well enough to keep a lot more of the puck, and Mudvayne, I don't know if he's logged more than 20 or 30 minutes of goalie in his entire HC career, to be honest, so I don't think that he's going to be doing a whole lot better than Crystalline, but he might surprise us, so we'll see.
Mudvayne saying that he started out as goaltender. We will have to see just how he does this game. We're about to start the first period. Flu taking the face-off against Judge 69. And we have a phase off the middle, and now Meritrix will take it over center ice. Pooter and Flu there as well. Pooter 89, definitely shorthanded's best player. Punches it down for Flu, but Bob has to come and catch it. And Bob will hang on to it. No easy save for Mudvayne.
Yeah, I tried to do the self-wall pass to himself. Of course, Bob M likes to do a little tricky stuff like that. Didn't quite work out that time.
Art of War, the Warbird, has it at the blue line. Terriers passing it back and forth. You have 2 Terriers, a Warbird, and a Weasel, with watch over the Pie as a Leviathan playing just D. Pooter dodges here. He's going to get a shot on net. Shoots, scores! 1-0, shorthanded, just like that.
Yeah, and Mudvayne was really far back in the crease there, and that really wasn't the best shot in the world. And that's a really early goal for shorthanded. We're still within the first minute, and that's what I was saying. I mean, Crystalline isn't really that stellar of a goaltender, but Red Dragons isn't fielding much better options back there, so it's not going to be a detriment for shorthanded in this game.
Puck drops again, and now shorthanded will keep the pressure on. Meritrix with Botman, 2, and Pooter. Here we go. Opportunity now. Flew with whatever that was. An attempt of a draw pass did not work. And now watch over the Pie does the same thing. And shorthanded coming back the other way. This is not a good strategy for them. Pooter shoots, scores! And just like that, 2-0. Well, this would be crazy if shorthanded were to be up 2-0 with 1:05 in. Mudvayne believes that he caught it.
Well, I personally saw after it hit the bank in the post, I saw it hit his prox and phase right before it went in, but it was it was more clean votes than lag votes on the ref rec. So 2-0 goal for shorthanded. And although I did see that hit his procs, at the same time, shorthanded is having way too much space.
Well, there's Judge out of nowhere with a big defensive play. You know, as a goaltender, I've seen that shot go in so many times that it's really frustrating. But I don't know. Personally, I saw clean there. But again, you're right. Shorthanded cannot allow opportunities like that to continue to happen. They're going to come back the other way now. Flew and Pooter looking to try to make this game 3-0 just like that. Maritrix now in the trailer to Flew back to Maritrix. Flew shoots, scores! They're not even playing D!
Well, not just that, but I mean, Mudvayne was standing at the bottom of the net when the play was going on around the top of the net for almost 3 seconds. Watch out for the Pie wasn't a great goalie, but he was at least better than this. They should make a substitute and get him back in there. I mean, 3 shots, 3 goals for shorthanded. This is looking like this might be the first mercy of the season if it keeps going on pace right now.
More often than not, we've seen competitive games this season, but so far this is not what we're witnessing today. A Botman with a little slap shot, fake or attempt or whatever that was, who knows. But now Red Dragons must come the other way. Core, Dark, Messenger, and Judge trying to make something happen. The Warbird, Art of War, getting up there. Pooter with a defensive play to kill Core, and again, coming back the other way. Seems like we've been saying this a lot in this minute and a half, 2 minutes that we've seen. Here they come, short-handed. Botman 2, drop pass to Maritrix, and a little bit of lag may have benefited Red Dragons there. Botman 2 with another chance, Pooter. What's going to happen? Oh, Mudvayne with a clutch kill there. Oh, they got to be careful just giving the puck to the other team.
Yeah, shorthanded is basically just dominating this game right now. And I mean, I'm not that surprised. I expected that shorthanded would have a pretty good advantage, to be honest, but I didn't expect 3-0 within 3 minutes of the game.
Here's a slap shot attempt from Flew, just misses the net. Mudvayne was ready for it nonetheless anyway, but based on what you've seen, maybe that's not that terrible of an opportunity or a difficult chance to take. Hang on a second, Flew gives it up to Pooter, who, wow, turns it over to Art of War, and we have a little bit of a 2-on-1. Judge 69 and Art of War going to try and get Red Dragons back into this game. Here's a chance, shoots, scores! But unfortunately, I think that tanked. We're going to have to wait and see for the official. Yeah, there it is, the leg. So, game will remain 3-0. Judge not happy.
Yeah, so basically what happened there is Judge tried to ball kill Sting, and Sting got the check off at a weird timing right before Judge released the puck and ended up tanking that lagger message on the ref rec, so that'll be called back.
Now 3-0 still short-handed. Judge not happy, but them's the breaks, I guess. Maritrix and Flew, you're short-handed, another opportunity. Shoots and off the post! They're going to have to get it right back. Sting finds Pooter. Ships it up to Flew. Death passes it to Pooter. They might get another chance here. Flew hangs onto it and can't even hit the net.
Yeah, and they're flying around like dragons with their heads cut off right now. I mean, the RD defense just keeps flying right past all of the shorthanded players, and they're basically slowly just walking up and letting Red Dragons players fly past them.
Yeah, no fire to these Dragons so far, to continue that pun for no reason. And here's a chance. Crystalline will catch it for their first save. Maritrix, the Javelin. Both Terriers switching the puck up. Watch out for the Pie, trying to make something happen. Flew hangs onto it and decides to reset. I don't know if that was the best decision. Flew to Botmem. It's going to be a little bit of a phase. Thrill saying in chat what I was thinking, but then I realized that yes, those are in fact not really Red Dragons, but hey, what the heck. Maritrix
it works
to Flew.
well enough for the purposes of this analogy.
Oh, I totally agree. Botmem catches it, and here's another chance. Drops it to Pooter, and a huge defensive play by Judge 69.
Leave it to programmers to try to kill the buzz.
Indeed. 3-on-1. Flew hanging on to it. Oh, Botman misses the net. That was a wide open net. That would have been 4-0. Red Dragons getting bailed out here. This very well could have been a 6-0 game already. We're not even halfway through the first period. And we are still on pace. Pooter can't hit the net, but he was in the crease anyway. Watch out for the pie, trying to make something happen, and he turns the puck over. Art of War will get the kill, and they're going to come back the other way. Red Dragons.
Yeah, shorthanded really taking Red Dragons to the slaughterhouse right now. It's like Rocky beating up on the slab of meat when he's training to fight Apollo Creed. I don't know, it's rough.
Except I don't think that their knuckles are being bruised today. If anything, it's like that episode of The Simpsons where they're just pounding on Bart forever. Hang on a second, a goal by Meritrix. It's 4-0. Like I was saying, though, it's when he wears the skateboarding padding, and they just continuously wail on him because it's just a glorious feeling for the knuckles. And I think that's a little bit more of a relevant analogy for this game. Shorthanded, completely dominating the Red Dragons. One referee quoted as saying shorthanded could maybe beat any of the teams in the league playing this well, but I think it's more a detriment of the Red Dragons' lack of defense tonight.
Well, I think shorthanded is a pretty solid mid-tier team, like I was saying before, so I definitely expected even before this game that from the games they've displayed, they definitely are way above Red Dragons. I mean, so it's not like I think that they're near the bottom of the standings in terms of skill when compared to other teams. But you got to expect, I mean, this is an especially poor showing from Red Dragons. I mean, if they score a goal in the next, 40 or so seconds, they're on pace to mercy, maybe even within the first period, or at least the early second.
Oh, that would be crazy. Core and Mudvayne completely out of position there. And now Pooter has a chance with Flu to make it 5-0, just like this. Okay, draw pass attempt failed.
See, yeah, and they try that from time to time. Maybe they're just fooling around here now that they're up by so much.
Question is, do you think that maybe shorthanded will attempt to mercy, or if they're going to let everybody play, if there's more people to play?
I think that they could play gambler, and he might even get a hat trick at this point.
Fair enough. Here's Meritrix with the puck again. Kill on Judge.
I actually hope they do play gambler, and I have a bone to pick with shorthanded, because people give Gambler a lot of flack, and he is new and maybe not the best player in the world, but he checks pretty decently compared to what you would expect from him, and I think that he deserves to get some periods from shorthanded. He better get some periods tonight in this game when they're already up by four goals. I'm surprised that he's not in already since they haven't played him a single period yet this season.
Yeah, I don't think Gambler is that terrible. Obviously, he's not going to be an elite player in this league, but much like many other people would even say, hang on a second, shoots, scores, huge turnover on the crease, and Red Dragons gets their first goal. That was interesting timing.
I'd like to say Red Dragons isn't going down easy, but I'm not sure if I agree with that statement still. We'll have to see what happens.
That goal brought to you by Pringles Sticks. Once you pop, the fun don't stop. I'm actually eating Crispers right now. True story. And puck gets dropped. More lag, and Red Dragon's going to try and quickly make this game 4-2. Meritrix misses that check. But Flu will not miss that one. Puck comes down. Judge going to try and catch it. Crystalline will find Flu. And Flu goes one-on-one with Watch Out for the Pie. And you'd have to give Flu the slight advantage here, I think, in that. Oh, hang on. Here's Pooter. Shoots. Scores! 5-1. Oh, this is incredible. This is like NHL 95 for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, it's like a 5-star team beating up on the half-star team. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I feel like Red Dragons players are kind of flying around the other team on defense, and when they have the puck, they're just kind of standing still and getting checked. Oh, well, that's huge lag.
Puck comes back to Pooter. 3:38 left. In this first period, Mudvayne coming out of the net a little bit.
You got to think a player like Bobman really likes being in these games too, because this gives his team the advantage in order for him to try some of his silly shenanigans that might not be as wise to try in more serious games.
Here's a chance. Pooter. And watch over the pie with a clutch defensive play.
If you can see him, Pooter has the right idea here. He's just moving very slowly, barely moving a ship at all. And that's all you have to do when the other team is just flying around, kind of insanely when they're on defense. Just let them fly around past you and do the work. You just wait to react to their movements.
Red Dragons desperately needs to get another goal here, and Dark Messenger gets stopped by Crystalline. This might be the highest scoring game of the RSHL, assuming that it doesn't end early.
It certainly looks like there will be a lot of goals scored. 6 goals already, and we're going to be about 10 minutes in. So a goal every couple minutes. It's a pretty fast and furious pace.
Watch over the pie. Almost turns it over to Pooter. That would have been very bad. And you can see now that they're starting to cherry pick a little bit more too, knowing that they're going to be able to play the D and turn the puck right over immediately. So shorthanded, looking to make something happen here. Here's a chance. Oh, watch over the pie with some D. Art of War back to Dark Messenger. And DM will make a nice little move there. Pass to Judge, back to Core, to Dark Messenger. Shoots! And that is a huge DC.
That's a blatant defensive crease. And now, probably what I think is going to happen here is shorthanded is going to continue to dominate Red Dragons being a player down. And honestly, observing this game, I think that's probably going to happen.
Well, the unfortunate thing, I think, is that with Bomb Mem 2 out, it might actually extend this game a little bit longer. As now shorthanded must live up to their name and play one man down. They're up 5-1 with 1:32 left in this first period. I'm under the assumption this will be a blatant defensive crease, which means 5 minutes. And, let's see what happens. Still waiting for the call. Still waiting.
That is the call. We're just kind of getting a command set up here.
There it is. 5 minutes. Blatant defensive crease on Botmem 2.
And not that it really matters that much, but you got to kind of think when it's that obvious, you might as well just dodge the puck and let it score. That way your player doesn't have to play a man down for 4 minutes. But like I said, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference.
Do you get the man back after a major penalty and a goal scored?
You do not. So he will be in the box for 5 minutes no matter what happens.
Botmem 2 driving his face into the wall repeatedly. I question whether or not he'll be able to fly the ship straight after that. Pooter 89 has it back on his own blue line. Finds Meritrix. And they're just going to work the puck slowly. Red Dragons seemingly still can't do anything about it. Oh, there's Dark Messenger with a huge steal. Him, Core, and Art of War. 3-on-1 with Crystalline back in goalie ship for shorthanded. Doesn't even have to face the puck. That's probably a huge benefit to shorthanded. Now 1 minute left in this first period. Oh, Meritrix tried a nice little move there, and it almost worked. Watch out for the pie coming up pretty far for a D-man. Meritrix is still in front of everybody. There's a big save by Crystalline.
Yeah, Core got a little excited because he saw Crystalline start to fly out a little way. And took that shot a little bit prematurely, though.
Flew and Pooter working together. Here's Flew with a shot. Misses the net south. But I think that goal could have been there if he hit the net.
Yeah, if that was on net, either top or bottom, he would have scored because Mudvayne was kind of sitting in the back of his crease in the middle. It looks like he is imitating line goalie's movements from pub right now. I'm not sure if that's where he's getting his inspiration.
Watch over the pie with a good steal to end this first period. 5-1 after 12 minutes of play. Highest rated player in this game so far. Pooter with 3 goals, 2 assists already. Flew with a goal, 2 assists. Meritrix with a goal and 2 assists. All 3 of those players higher than Watch Over the Pie, who is the highest rated player for Red Dragons with his 9 kills. No checked for him. Mudvayne minus 9.5. I actually thought his rating would be much lower than that. 5 goals against, only 3 saves.
And I'm hoping to see Gambler now from shorthanded in this period. I'm going to rage at shorthanded all night long if I don't see Gambler.
Well, somebody's coming out of the game for shorthanded. We'll have to wait and see who it is. It would be nice. Oh, hang on. Technique 125 and Curly Pubes are on the ice now. And now Super Saiyan is in for Red Dragons. And Leafy is now in as well. Actually, as I said that, no, there's Super Saiyan comes back in. So
yeah, Mudvayne
is out.
Yeah, Leafy's coming in. It looks like Red Dragons knows they might not win, so they're going to let their second string players play a little bit.
And there's Gambler on the ice for the first time this game in a spider.
Yeah, and now we get to see Gambler. I'm really glad that he's in and we get to see him play. I'm pretty sure that he hasn't played yet this season. And I think he's a little bit better than shorthanded gives him credit for anyway. I mean, obviously you're not going to play him all the time in all the games, but I'm at least glad to see him get minutes here. I expect him to play for the rest of the game with the way that shorthanded is dominating this game.
Well, it's hard to say. Do you put any stock in the fact that it would be nice to be the first team to mercy anyone in present-day RSHL?
Maybe, but I don't think it matters that much, especially since shorthanded is an active team. They've been showing a lot of players. And some of these players definitely will not get playing time against tougher teams because you can't really afford to. I mean, you don't want to play your lesser experienced players when you're playing teams that are up around the higher end. And when you're in the middle tier of the group, it's kind of tough to do that too, because it's kind of like, well, we need to make sure we win all of the games against teams that are even and beneath us to secure our playoff spot, and we need to make sure that we're being competitive against the teams above you. So when you're playing a game like this, you need to make sure that you're going to play players that might not be able to get playing time in any other game, just to make sure that they get some playing time during the season.
Now, Red Dragons is attempting to have a faster lineup. They have 2 Warbirds in now, Leafy and Art of War. They have 2 Terriers in Core and Judge, as well as Super Saiyan and a Weasel. So now they have 3 level 1 ships. Super Saiyan's going to get a shot on net here on Crystalline. No, he's going to hang on to it. And Art of War misses the wide open net.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
They're going to try again. So far in this opening 30 seconds, it's all Red Dragons. You've got Technique, Gambler, Sting, Curly Pubes on the ice for shorthanded. They're playing a man down. There's Gambler and Sting, the dual spider system. Curly Pubes in the Warbird. Core with a kill here. And you know what? I actually see Red Dragons at least getting 1 goal in this power play. They should, based on who's on the ice. Leafy to Art of War, and Crystalline doesn't buy it.
Well, I want to see Gambler play smartly and not keep the puck too long and pass it off and play a more defensive role and just focus on that. Because, I mean, you saw just then he got checked, and that'll happen to him. He will get checked if he keeps the puck for too long. He just doesn't have the experience.
There's a goal by Technique 125, and it continues now 6-1, shorthanded, leading this game.
Yeah, and you got to say, too, not only are shorthanded down a man right now, but they also have what you might consider, kind of some of their B-line players in. So this is pretty embarrassing for Red Dragons.
Botmem 2 was escorted out of the other penalty box and put into the new one after bashing his face on it for 2.5 minutes, bloodied up. The walls are disgusting, and now he's going to do the same to the other penalty box, and he's watching his team dominate right now. Gambler and Curly Pubes hanging on to the puck. Gambler a +1 on the season now.
Yeah, and I know Leafy will disagree with this. He keeps talking about how Red Dragons is competitive with him on the ice, and they'll definitely make the playoffs. But seeing this display, I mean, even getting beat 4v5 with some of shorthanded's, substitute players in, right now, Red Dragons is looking like a lock for the very bottom of the standings for probably most of the season.
Here's a shot on goal, scores! Technique 125, 7-1 now. This could very well be the first mercy of the RSHL season.
Yep, and that's Technique 125, second shorthanded goal. And this is like, I said this right when the penalty started. I said I expected to still see them dominate with the way the game was going, even with a man down. And so far, that's what's happened. I mean, Red Dragons, they are flying past people on defense, not really guarding any lanes. And on offense, I mean, I almost don't want to comment on it because I don't want to hurt people's feelings.
We're not even 3 minutes into the second period now, 7-1 for shorthanded.
And right now, it looks like shorthanded setting up to get their third shorthanded goal. Just dominating, even being a man down. And maybe this will be a reality check for Leafy, who kind of has always talked about how when he's on the ice that, he can kind of make things happen no matter what, no matter who he's playing with. And right now, having a man advantage and still not being able to do anything.
Art of War has the puck at the blue line with Super Saiyan. Red Dragons right now, they're definitely struggling. It's an interesting situation. There's some conversation as to whether or not Red Dragons will be at the bottom of the standings. It's really hard to say at this point. I think it's a race between them, Empire, and Dire Wolves. Maybe breakaways in that situation as well, but nevertheless, one of those four teams has to make the playoffs in the number 8 seed, and so these teams are going to have to start being competitive and winning games. Art of War tries to get the puck back to Super Saiyan.
Well, based on what I've seen, and when I say bottom of the standings, I don't mean the very bottom spot. I pretty much meant more like the bottom 2 or 3. And you got to say, I mean, you can say teams are there right now, like Dire Wolves, and which is true. I mean, they only have 1 win. But Empire and Red Dragon so far are the only teams that have kind of been blown out like a lot. I mean, Dire Wolves has lost most of their games in breakaway, but they've been kind of close. Red Dragons especially, honestly just look pathetic tonight. I'm pretty sure that
Bob M2 is going to just do that. Not even taking the opponents seriously at all.
I mean, honestly, some people might want to say it's disrespectful, but not really just for this specific game. Just because of the way that that Red Dragons is performing, you don't need to play seriously to come out on top when the team can't even keep the puck when they're a man up for 5 minutes.
Puck comes to Art of War, where Red Dragons trying to get goal number 2. Currently 6 down. 4 more goals will end this game. Sting to Bot Mem 2.
Watch out for this Pi spec for Dark Messenger, so that's 4 level 1s now. And I'm not sure, usually in this situation, Leafy always blames the team's defense for situations like this, but the offense is not controlling the puck or doing anything either. So really, nothing going right for Red Dragons. It's not like the offense is playing well and defense is holding them back.
You notice they're shorthanded, tried to give Gambler an opportunity for a goal, and you had 2 relatively new players going head-to-head, Gambler and Watch Out for the Pie. And in a game where there's just complete domination, I think it's kind of interesting to watch situations like that happen.
Yeah, I did, and I actually had a player from shorthanded message me that his intentional goal for the period was to try to get Gambler and Technique goals. So that's really pretty cool to see, to be honest. and that'll give them some experience and let them be able to handle the puck a little bit around the net. And of course, it won't be the same kind of situation they'll be facing in most normal games, but it'll at least give them experience that might make them more comfortable.
Technique 125 with a fantastic shorthanded avatar, in my humble opinion. Here's another chance. Curly Pubes, Mob M2, technique, lots of stuff happening on the crease. Nobody dies. Now the two Warbirds coming back the other way, Art of War and Leafy, but Sting will throw it back right to Crystalline. We're now entering the second half of the second period now, or we have been for 30 seconds. Judge 69 saying he is unkillable. And that's what you want in a D-man. Technique to Bottom M2. And Leafy kills Botmem. And we have a 3-on-1, only Sting back on D. Oh, it phases through Art of War. That's unfortunate for them.
I mean, it is unfortunate because you don't know what would have happened, but at the same time, with the shots that they've been putting up at the net, you kind of think it might be fortunate just that they didn't have that opportunity to embarrass themselves more.
Curly Pubes technique, here they go. And Gambler shoots! Oh, big save by Watch Out for the Pie. That was pretty good, actually. Nice save and a nice move by two relative newcomers in the RSHL. It's always unfortunate when you're a goaltender and your defense is not exactly playing that well, but you know, tons of kudos to Watch Out for the Pie in this game.
Well, he really should have been in there from the start. Putting Mudvayne in there was just folly. I mean, he basically was in his net for half of those shots against him.
Curly Pubes coming back on D, making sure that there is no wide open goal. Curly Pubes to Gambler. Oh, it phases through him and it comes back to Judge. No, he can't even catch it. Watch Out the Pie will have to, and that's a save. You'll take those, certainly, when you have goals like that. Or when you have goals against you like that, I should say. Here's Curly Pubes and Bottom M2. This is not good for Watch Out for the Pie. Bottom M2 hanging on. And Judge coming back on D. Actually, Judge 69 doing a pretty admirable job in defense. Might be able to get out of this game if they continue this dynamic duo of Judge and Watch Out for the Pie.
Well, shorthanded needs 4 more goals to mercy right now, assuming that Red Dragons doesn't score, and with roughly about 15 and a half, 16 minutes in the game remaining, you got to think they might be able to hit that.
But the goal now is to avoid that. The biggest beatdown so far this season was Kick You Apart in Empire 10-1. And that's the closest we've also had to a mercy, so Red Dragon certainly would not want to be the first team to be mercied. Curly Pubes to Gambler, legs through Bottom M2.
It's even frustrating just to lose most of your games, or to even lose more than 50% of your games, but to lose in such a demoralizing fashion can really destroy your team.
There's a save by Watch Over the Pie, and gets a nice little kill on Bottom M2. A little bit of revenge for his team, per se. Here's a chance, Super Saiyan. Oh, Sting breaks that one up. And Bottom M2 coming the other way. Watch Out for the Pie talking smack in chat, saying he's going to keep putting the beat down. He's going to punish the bot men. Bottom M2 throws the puck into the northeast part of the arena.
You know, I'm liking Watch Out for the Pie's attitude right now. He's joking around. He's still keeping his head up, even though his team's being embarrassed, and not taking it too seriously, which is sometimes, I guess, what you got to do, because, he's trying to have some kind of positive impact on the game. So that's a positive thing for Red Dragon. So kudos to him.
Here's a chance. Technique 125. Big save by Watch Over the Pie. He'll throw it behind the net. He's looking for maybe another kill.
You got to say, I still think Red Dragons would be down even if Watch Out for the Pie was in net from the beginning, just because shorthanded has been absolutely dominating them in pretty much every aspect of the game possible. But he is obviously a much, much superior goaltender to Mudvayne, and I'm not sure why he wasn't in goal to start with, since he goaltended for them for the past couple of matches.
It's possible it was just an opportunity given to Mudvayne, but there's no debate. He didn't exactly make the most of it. There's Crystalline with another save. Rare shot on goal. Gambler has the puck to... Oh, he decides to hang on to it. And finds technique. And Gambler again with the puck. They're going to try and get something else going here. Here's a chance. Curly Pubes just gives the puck to Core for some reason. We have under a minute to go in the second period. Botman 2 throws it up. Can Gambler or Technique get to it? Yes. Here's a chance. Across. Shoot, scores! Gambler with his first goal of the year. And it is 8-1 shorthanded.
I gotta say, Gambler's looking better on offense than Leafy tonight.
Well, so far, the results are there. Nonetheless, Gambler, the people's champion, even the opposing goaltender, watch out for the Pie, giving him props. That's always cool to see.
Yeah, Cubs is saying when the pub he never thought Gambler was that bad. People like to joke around, but honestly, I mean, he's been playing scrim a lot. He's been improving, and obviously he still has some things to work on, but his checking is pretty darn decent for such a new player. And I think that kind of style, that checking-oriented style, and not necessarily being an offensive powerhouse, I mean, that fits right in with shorthanded's niche as a team. It's the way that a lot of their players play, so he fits in there with that environment. And I don't think he'll ever be a core player for them necessarily, but I'd like to see him maybe get a period every now and then, even in other games for shorthanded.
Red Dragons are going to try and get this one back desperately. They know that they're in danger of being mercied. Nobody wants to be mercied. There's some huge lagging. They're going to semi-reset. Well, it doesn't matter now. Technique will find Gambler. Oh, that's the end of the period. I thought we had another chance there. Highest rated player in those periods, well, it's Technique, 38.9, has 2 goals, 1 assist, and Gambler has a goal and an assist in this period. Watch out for the Pie, 7 saves, 3 goals against. Maybe not the greatest goaltending ratings in the world, but I'll tell you what, when your team is getting completely dominated and you're one of 2 people with a double-digit rating, 22.2 ain't so bad.
10 steals, 3 turnovers certainly isn't that bad, and you got to think when Mudvayne was, like negative double digits almost, that's a huge improvement. And you can look at the stats and see shorthanded had almost a full minute of puck time more than Red Dragons in that period, even though shorthanded was down a man for about 4.5 minutes of that period. And I've talked about before how one of Red Dragons' main issues have been puck possession, and you got to say this takes the cake, but honestly, in tonight's game, puck possession hasn't really been the issue for Red Dragon. It's been hockey zone has been the issue for Red Dragon.
Well, less than a minute to go in the second intermission. We are 3 goals away from a mercy. Watch out for the Pie, doing everything that he can to make sure that his team does not get mercied. He's even asking Pooter to take it easy on him this period. So far, the lines look exact. Oh no, Mudvayne's actually in now. I'm not sure who spec. I guess it was Leafy. Yeah, Leafy on the bench now.
Yeah, the fans were booing because Leafy had the most puck time for Red Dragons in that period, but he just couldn't make anything happen. So they're going to put some of their first-string players back in and see if they can do a better job.
Yeah, certainly. When you look at Red Dragons and the success that they have, generally Leafy has been what you may say the ace, but they don't really have a secondary guy that can make Leafy look that much better. Nobody to be that king, I guess is the best way to put it. Judge might be the queen. It's entirely possible. He's playing fantastic defense tonight with watch out for the Pie and goal, and they're going to need some real... they're going to need some real commitment to those 2 guys. I know Judge likes to play a lot of offense, too.
Well, I'm not... You just called Judge a queen, and I'm not sure how he's going to take that positively or negatively.
I'm referring to the cards, the card monarchy, or hierarchy, rather. As in third best. Holy man. You be putting words in my mouth. Starting some Empire Red Dragons bad blood.
Well, you guys do have a game next week.
Oh, we do. Dark Messenger has the puck at the blue line. He'll find Core, and Core is trying to do some ball killing, but it will not work. Here comes Pooter, Flu, and Meritrix with a chance to make this 9-1. It's all up to Judge, and watch out for the Pie now. And Flu scores! Finds the opening south, and it's 9... Pardon me. Hang on. Yeah, 9-1. There it is.
Yeah, and so not only did Gambler get a goal tonight, but shorthanded managing to make miracles happen here, getting Flew to put one in.
Well, Flew had one earlier too. Keep in mind this is not his first goal tonight.
Oh, okay. So Flew's second goal. So
he had the goal up north in the first period with Mudvayne. Remember?
Yeah, it's hard to keep track at this point. 10 goals in 2 periods.
It was a long time ago when this game started, it seems like. Here's Dark Messenger, who has the lone goal tonight for Red Dragons. Mudvayne there in a Spider getting killed by the, I would argue, definitely superior Spider and Sting. And now Technique 125 coming back the other way. They're looking for the mercy now. They're going in for the kill. Flew, oh wow. Flew thought he was going to be able to get the puck to a teammate. And that was close.
They're doing it for the thrill.
Something Red Raven pun. Watch out for the pie, has it in the corner. He'll just drop past it. Core gets his ball kill, looks for another one on Technique. They're going for personal battles now, and Core is going to take them. Core actually the highest rated Terrier all last season, so he's obviously pretty good at the whole ball killing thing. Somebody has dropped out of the game for shorthanded here. Botmem 2, Curly Pubes will come in. Meritrix looking for a shot. There's Technique, and watch out for the pie with a big save. That was close.
Well, we've already seen in the rest of this game that shorthanded does not mind being a man down, at least in this game. I'm curious to see if they took 2 players out right now, if they would still be dominating.
It's entirely possible, but at this point they're looking for the mercy first and foremost. Curly Pubes in there as a warbird. Core is dudding everything right now. And he gets another ball kill on Technique. He's going to try and do things himself. He almost became the de facto captain this season based on David Seaman leaving for Creasers and Leafy. Well, I think it's fair to say not really being around early on, but so far things just have not gone well for Red Dragons. Here's a chance, and Dark Messenger, was he on the crease or not? It's hard to say. Well, everybody's saying no DC goalie out.
Yeah, I think that he probably was in the crease, but the goalie was not in the crease, so it's pretty much a non-issue.
Sting has it at the blue line. Good call there. Cubs repeating what I just said. Good guy, that Cubs. Oh, Dark Messenger couldn't get a puck on net because of the Warbird D. And now Meritrix and Curly Pubes with Flew. Here's a chance, shoot! Oh, Technique didn't shoot! He had the wide open net. He says OMG. He has time to type OMG, but doesn't have enough time to get that shot off. 8:43 left in this third period. That was incredible. I was all ready to call that goal and everything. Super Saiyan waiting. I think he had the south open there. He just didn't shoot it.
Well, sometimes players like to try different things, and he thought that maybe flying into 3 defenders might be a better option for him.
Yeah, certainly. Judge 69 dumps it back behind his own net. Technique says he hit the control button or whatever it was, and it just didn't work. Core has the puck. They're getting David Seaman, formerly of the Red Dragons, is currently saying that this is the worst product he's ever seen, so maybe he's thrilled to be on a team like Creasers, who with a winning record, Red Dragons in danger of losing their 6th in a row, I believe. And yes, a bunch of lag here, but now Mudvayne, a Super Saiyan, just allowing himself to get killed by Technique. Technique, who has a couple of goals here.
He's going for a hat trick here, maybe.
What's a chance? And Curly Pubes kind of hogs that a little bit. I don't really like that. I think they had a goal if he just leaves it. Sometimes when it gets too easy and you have 4 people out on the offensive side, it's difficult to figure out who you're passing to, maybe.
Well, you got to think for Red Dragons, maybe some karma coming back because, you know, there's been the whole drama with David Seaman where Red Dragons makes fun of David Seaman for leaving, and Core especially made fun of Creasers a lot when they got dominated by Baby Seal Killers. And now that they've been dominated even worse by shorthanded, I mean, thoroughly manhandled. I mean, you got to think that maybe it's coming back to bite him in the butt a little bit.
I would say ass, but I agree with the rest of what you said. No, I think there was an in-play goalie shot there, but I don't think you're going to call that when it's in play. Here's a chance. No, Sting with a steal.
Well, if you have ever listened to Pilot, there's no such thing as in play. So.
Judge 69, Dark Messenger. Other thing to consider as well is that that puck goes a little bit north. With such a beatdown, maybe a little weary to make that call, but we'll have to wait and see. Here's Flew. Gets killed by Mudvayne. Game slowing down quite a bit here. We're almost halfway through the third period. At one point today, we thought maybe this game would end in the first period. Watch out for the pie, telling Flew he needs to be out of the game. We have a breakaway Mudvayne and a huge kill by Crystalline. Technique hangs onto the puck. Pubes to Meritrix.
You gotta wonder, hopefully this won't happen, but when a team gets beat this bad, you gotta think that some of their players might not feel very motivated to show up for some of their subsequent RSHL games.
Gambler back in the game. Pooter back in the game. They're going to try and make something happen here. Crystalline with a big kill. And now 5 minutes left. They need 2 goals. Curly Pubes has the puck. To Technique. Here's another chance. Oh, he shoots! That was a little sneaky, but watch for the pie with that save. Watch for the pie trying to throw it off his post or something, maybe. I don't know what's going on here. Puck goes up past the blue line. Botmem 2 past the center line.
Yeah, Botmem 2 missing a couple passes this period. I think he might want to follow Gambler's example a little bit.
Mudvayne crosses the center line. Gambler crosses the center ice.
Can he go for goal number 2? Let's see if Gambler can do it.
Curly Pubes had a wide open net. Super Saiyan with a huge defensive play. And that was interesting. Here's a chance. Judge. Dark Messenger. Oh, Gambler just picks that up. And here comes shorthanded the other way, but I think that's going to be a DC on Gambler.
Yeah, and that was kind of a weird play because I'm not sure how he even procs that, to be honest. But, I mean, he did procs it and caught it in the crease, so that's going to be a DC. But kind of weird looking. It looked like the Weasel was shooting to the corner, but somehow Gambler ended up with the puck.
Watch over the pie, leaving the arena and coming back.
Yeah, Gambler in his debut has a goal, and now he's taken his first penalty, so he's going to go to the penalty box and experiencing a lot of new things. Maybe he'll meet a shorthanded fan in that penalty box and be able to experience another first.
4 minutes left in this third period. Lots of stuff happening here. Not really. Line up. Sorry for the delay, says the referee. Puck's going to be dropped. 9-1 score for shorthanded. And Super Saiyan has the puck now. Going to try and make something happen. And misses the pass to Art of War. And now shorthanded. We'll have to play at least half of this third period with a man down. They'll play shorthanded.
Yeah, and I mean, you saw that missed pass there, and you gotta say Red Dragons, I mean, there's just no other way to put it. They just look really, really bad. I mean, I've seen more passes completed by teams in public. I mean, you don't want to be too harsh, but at the same time, I mean, it's been warranted this game.
Meritrix with a nice defensive play there on the defensive crease. Or rather on the crease, not a defensive crease. And now Bomb M2 and Pooter. This is a dangerous 2-on-0. Watch over the pie, holding his own. Nicely done. And Red Dragons coming back the other way. 3-on-1. Meritrix back. More horrendous drop passes. Because we haven't seen enough of those today. And now Judge 69. Behind his own net. 2:43 left. 45 seconds left in the penalty to Gambler. Art of War shooting. No, he just.
Yeah,
wow.
It looks like he was going for a fade shot there, but of course, and the Warbird at that angle, that wouldn't have even hit the net, even if the goalie had specced at that moment. So, not the best attempts in the world. Maybe close.
Meritrix wide open net scores 10-1, and with 2 minutes and 21 seconds left, they could mercy. All they need is one more goal. Could this be the first mercy this season?
And that's their
season 20.
Third shorthanded goal of the night because Gambler was still in the penalty box. You gotta say you're gonna let a team that's a man down score 3 goals against you in one game. I mean, what can you really say about that? I don't know. I mean, this is the RSHL, but there have been MSHL teams that have performed a little better than this.
Here's the last chance. Here we go. This could be it. Pooter to Curly Pubes. And watch over the pie getting dangerously south there. 2 minutes to go. Red Dragons would really like to score here and just give themselves one more goal for insurance. Here's a chance. Shoots, scores! Red Dragons making it 10-2. And that's going to make it a little bit easier. So watch over the pie is thrilled right now because now he only has to let in 2 goals as opposed to 1.
Leafy trying to check his stats for the game. Seeing if he can pull any positives away from the game.
Yeah, because that's the thing you need to be concerned about when you're down 8 goals is how your personal stats are doing. Here's Pooter, Curly Pubes, and Flu coming back the other way. This might take all the pressure back. Oh, what's going on there? Flu catches Pooter's guaranteed goal.
Well,
yikes.
Since Leafy's having trouble with the commands, I'll help him out. Leafy rated 3.9 in the game.
Here's Art of War, the Warbird, 129. Dark Messenger duds that one. This game going longer than I think all of us anticipated based on how it started. Red Dragons at least getting that second goal. So it's still not even the worst beatdown we've seen so far this season.
Maybe not score-wise, but play-wise, this has been the worst beatdown of maybe any season.
Flu hangs on to the puck. Slaps it off of the north wall. .46 left. They're still going to try and get the mercy, but this game's pretty much well over. Yeah, complete domination by shorthanded tonight. But, stick around there. Oh, hang on. Flu scores! 11-2. They will have another chance to mercy.
You know what I don't get about Red Dragons is they have, no defense, and it's not like their players aren't back. It's like all of their players are flying back towards the net, but they might as well just be non-existent because they don't get in the way of the puck. They don't check any players. They're just kind of there wasting space.
30 seconds left. Keep in mind tonight, Kick You Apart and Execution are also playing. This could be the mercy right here. Gambler with a very easy shot on goal. And watch over the pie is going to go behind the net. No, he's not.
Flu saying he dedicated that goal to TSD. What a jerk.
Yeah, it's just not even funny. Crystalline has it 5 seconds. This will be the end of the game. 11-2, shorthanded, defeating Red Dragons. Stay tuned for Kick You Apart and Execution. I'm the Red Raven alongside Thrill. Have a great night, everybody. We'll be back in about, 5 minutes? 5 minutes.